Welcome back to another segment of our podcast series. I'm still your host, Nerio Caspe, and you're listening Who's Who on Let's Be Lit with We're Lit. This time, we are joined by three lovely guests from Cavite State University to share which literature character or characters stood out for them and why. Ladies, please introduce yourselves.
Well, hi, I'm Necca and 20 years of age.
Hello, I'm Crisel Ann Beltran.
And I'm Mojica, 20.
Thank you, ladies. So, for your first question, who do you think among the literature characters best represents you, or at least you think the best represents you, and why?
For me, Enkidu is the best character who represent myself because he has a good manners and he is a friendly person who also know how to get along and can be trusted.
Well, the character that really touched me and got me attention is Lady Mubo of the Pillow Book. Why? Maybe because I can see or compare her to my personality, like a cat that has traits including affectionateness, friendliness to people, and gentleness. Even if it is small. I know that, like a cat, I can stand on my own and withstand all the struggles.
It's Gilgamesh because I believe in the saying that no one's perfect. Yes, Gilgamesh is so stubborn and he do what he wants. Everyone makes mistake and all we have to do is not to repeat the same mistake. The major teacher from the epic of Gilgamesh is that is inevitable. Gilgamesh wastes so much time and energy in a futile effort to find eternal life. He turns back on his family and friends to wander the wilderness in search of something he can never have. Show your love to your family and friends while they are still alive.
So, for the second question, aside from the best character that represents you, is there any other literature character whom are like your favorite or someone who really stood out for you?
For me, the character who touched my heart is Gilgamesh. When Gilgamesh realized that all the people will die eventually and we just need to accept the reality.
My favorite character though is Enkidu of the Epic of Gilgamesh because, like Enkidu, I also had a bad relationship to others. But then, I eventually learned to trust myself and trust the process. That everything will soon turn just fine and if you don't lose hope.
Alright, ladies, so I know that you're all on the same section, and you're all taking online classes. I'm actually curious, how are you dealing with the online classes? Because for some students, it's not as beneficial as the face-to-face classes.
At first, it was difficult because not everyone is good when it comes to online class, especially me. I'm more skilled or learn more face-to-face. I know that all the professors do their best to give us what we need and have to learn. But for now, it is gradually getting used to the so-called new normal.
Thank you very much for your time, Necca, LJ, and Crisel. But before we end the show, do you have any motivational words or inspiring quotations from your favorite authors that you could share to our listeners?
We may have different battles in life, but I would like to inspire you with these words from the Analects by Confucius. Don't grieve when people fail to recognize their ability. Grieve for your lack of ability instead. It says that don't base on what other people say to you because they do not know who you really are. Learn from your mistakes and make it as your strengths.
Well, for me, that would be, he heard her speak and accepted her words with favor. It helped me a lot because, as Enkidu says, this quote clarifies our understanding of each other and help us to better understand each one of us. There's nothing wrong with listening to what others have to say. especially if it helps us clarify things. After all, we still need to learn and know, and I hope you learn from it too.
Thank you to our listeners and, of course, to our guests who participated in today's segment. It has been a wonderful question and answer portion. Again, this has been your host, Nerio Caspe, and this is Let's Be Lit with We're Lit. See you in my next one.